So you all got to go check out the movie Obsession. It is a very good thriller. I'm going to give my rating at the end of this video. And something was weird. Me and my wife will usually rate movies after we see them. And we came up with the same rating, the exact same in a weird way when we rated this one. And we had to give a caveat uh, besides the gore, because I don't like seeing the gore. I know my wife doesn't like seeing the gore. We can't even go see a scary movie really, or that she's not into that really at all. She doesn't want to, but it's not, I guess because she loves me, she goes with me every now and then. But ever since the movie Long Legs, if you've seen that movie, that'll mess you up. You come out of there feeling just, oh my, what did I just see? But that ruined her. That movie ruined her for us going and seeing scary movies together. I almost have to go watch them by myself, but I'll give my rating at the end. So the movie Obsession, and I would actually show this. So the man who the creator or the director or the writer of this is Curry Baker. And it's so weird because I knew about him. I've always just followed him on TikTok, him and his friend. I didn't even know he had this in him. I did not know he had this ability to be a director, a writer, and put together this like interesting movie. There's not going to be any spoilers in this movie at all for this movie. That I cannot deal with that. I would not put that upon you. I don't even like to see a trailer of a movie because I don't want to know anything about it. I like to go in fresh. Going in fresh is awesome. But the movie Obsession, this is from Film. Did something at the box office no horror movie has ever done before. Director Curry Barker's Obsession is in the midst of making history at the box office, despite the fact that a new Star Wars movie hit theaters over Memorial Weekend. One could argue that Barker's low-budget horror sensation is the bigger story. On its second weekend in theaters, the young filmmaker's movie did something no other horror flick has done before. Released by Focus Features, Obsession earned $23.9 million over the weekend, with that number growing to north of $30 million when accounting for the Monday holiday. That is just it. I would just say, like, we're going to dive in a little bit further, but like the simplicity of the movie, it has a very a simple premise. I'm not going to give anything away, but it just shows that like an idea can spring from something. Just a normal person could put something like this together, and like to me, like Curry Baker just seems like a normal guy. You see, there's people that are celebrities out there, and they just seem normal. They just seem like regular guys. I go to like Seth Rogen. Like you wouldn't think that he would be like a high profile celebrity, but he is. But he just seems like a down to earth, regular, normal guy. And Barker, I keep saying Baker. I didn't even know his name. These are two funny guys. Him and his friend is in the movie as well. I don't know his name. I know I should do a little bit of research. I like to come in fresh. I mean, anybody can find out those details if they want. I just know these two were two regular guys, but I found out that they met each other in California, going to acting classes, and then they just started creating this the content that they put on TikTok and YouTube and all that. But what they do about their videos that they always make, they're not just random like iPhone videos. They do actual good quality of every video they make, and has a good script, a good like plot or whatever the point of the story they're driving. You could see early on, and just like but watching him, I never realized this, but now going back, it's like you see it through a different lens of the stuff that he's making. Obsession climbing to the number 2 spot is wildly impressive. For one, that 23.9 million figure represents a 39% increase from the movie's opening weekend. See, I saw it this weekend. We didn't go see it. I wanted to probably go see it like where I'm at. It was the very late showings that it was in like the very good theaters, and I couldn't make it. But we got to go see it this weekend, and it was packed. Where I was at, like the theater was filled out. It was packed. So it's a good like, you could tell it's a little bit low budget. The acting like is still good quality. You can tell that they're not like they haven't been doing it forever. But I mean, acting in itself is, I think all of the people in there, I think that some of the scenes like I'm not going to give anything away, but like you could tell it's not as great as it could be. But I think just the general, like it almost speaks more to regular life, because I think even when people aren't acting, like they don't seem like they're acting the best, sometimes it can be even greater because it's like it seems more like real life. you can tell that like this is just a normal person doing this role. And there was just some crying scenes that it just like that didn't seem like it was like my wife will always look at me, and we call like low budget films. We'll like, oh, this is an LB, and we don't really like to watch. This didn't feel like a low budget film, and I said it was, but it like had like some good studios like Bloomhouse and a number of other ones that like put this all together. And it was, I think, I don't know how he got this all rolling, but it just shows you like that a normal person can just put something together, and you never know what's going on behind their eyes. You know, you never know what they have in them. And I just think like I did not know this at all like about this guy, which was I'm thinking about Curry, and I really I don't know much about him. I just know that a lot of the things that he just has that intangible factor. He seems like a normal guy, and I think he is in the movie itself. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to give anything away. I wouldn't even dare give anything away. I would feel sick with myself if I did. So I'm going to go down a little bit further. To date, Curry Barker's buzzy horror flick has earned more than $80 million worldwide. What's downright remarkable is that Barker made the movie for a reported budget of $750,000. While Focus Features pays $14 million to acquire it, the minimal resources makes the return on investment all the more impressive. As such, it's become the latest low-budget horror film to make millions, joining the likes of the Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity in the annals of cinema history. I would highly recommend it. So the rating that me and my wife gave exactly, and we don't usually do like point whatever, we just do out of 10. We each said 7.5. Like my wife asked me, and I said, she said, apart from the gruesome or gore or whatever, because I don't like seeing that. I don't know anybody why you would like to see that. I've never, but I've always liked scary movies ever since like I was young. Like I liked Scream. I was into Scream and those movies and the movie It. And I always liked it, but I watched probably the movie Scream like, I don't even know, hundreds of times, but I always turned away, closed my eyes about like when somebody was like, you know, getting cut up or what. I never wanted to see it. I just liked almost like the scariness, the suspense, the storyline. You know, I love all that. It's like I could never get into the movie Saws or anything like or all those. And I'll even sometimes watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but like I always have to like I start it and then I get out of there because I can't. It's like I like the idea of watching it sometimes, but it's like when it gets disgusting, I don't want to see that at all. I just like the story, the plot, the theme, the idea of it, as opposed to getting into the gruesome details. I don't even want to think about that kind of stuff, but I do like being scared. And there is such a major difference between just a normal, like a serial killer, a regular guy that's just like coming after people, as opposed to something that's evil. The evil things like with demons or like I think of the movie Smile, like those mess me up. I don't know about you, those mess me up because it's not like it's the difference between like if I was walking through my house and I saw a regular person down there, that'd be scary and all. I mean, I guess, but a demon or a ghost or something like that will mess you up. Those are the things that I think that just like get inside your brain and like it's like they flicker. They just like they almost seem like they're right there. It's like, and maybe they kind of are. Maybe it is kind of getting into that, you know, that demonic realm. I don't know. It just feels like that sometimes. But I do love these movies. I really liked Obsession. I gave it a 7.5. And I'm a pretty rough grader. I'm not going to give anyone just a 9 or a 10. I don't know if I've ever given a movie a 10. It's like, how can you get like, that's like, there's nowhere to go up. And it's like that exactly perfect. Like that overall, it was a very good movie. Very good movie. I would recommend it. It's scary. It's got twists. And so I'll leave it at that. Let me know what you think about the movie. If you go check it out, I'm excited to see where this man's career and his friend, you know, who was in the movie as well, where it goes. Because if he was able to do this with just a simple idea and a low budget and new up and coming actors and actresses, like, I mean, I'm excited to see where he takes this, where he goes next. Because I bet he's going to have an illustrious career along with his friends. All right, we'll leave it at that. Hope you have a good week. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.